Well, thank you. We have, of course, retired NHL goaltender Eddie Lack on the podcast now. I guess let's just get right to it. We're just talking about my camp. How's your circle doing with COVID and everything? Everybody safe? Everybody healthy? And
Good. Yeah, so there's a few of us that had it and everything now, but yeah, we're all healthy and safe and yeah, just trying to live somewhat normal, right?
I know, right? And what does that look like? Normal is just absolutely insane lately.
Exactly. So yeah, it's a crazy world we live in now, especially with everything that's going on in the US and everything now as well, right? So no, it's trying to come back to like something somewhat normal, but I do think it's going to take a little bit of a longer time than everyone thinks with the vaccine rollout and everything. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we're all just waiting, hoping, and praying, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think even once they they roll out the vaccination, I still think we're going to be wearing masks and shit to grocery shop, and small venues are probably going to still die because they can't open up to full capacity and all that shit, man. It's scary, man.
Exactly. It's scary and sad. So
It's scary and
yeah,
sad. So, my kids wanted to ask you a couple of questions. I have an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old.
perfect.
So my little guy Levi, who's 8, he wants to know, who is your all-time favorite goaltender?
If I have to pick one, I don't know. Like, so I kind of have three.
Okay, fair.
So Tommy Salo was like the reason why I started playing hockey when Sweden won the Olympics in '94, and he made this like 2-pad stack save, and then Peter Forsberg scored like the winning goal, right? Like that was the reason why I started playing. So Tommy Salo has to be in there.
Okay, so 94. How old are you when you're watching
I
this
was
thing?
6, so
Okay,
like
so you're a little kid.
that's when I decided that, like, Dad, like, I want to play hockey.
Yeah.
And then second is Henrik Lundqvist, because he like just broke down so many barriers for like the European goalies and like the Swedish goalies and everything. Like, he showed, especially us other Swedish goalies, that like you can actually come in and like take a spot in like the NHL right away, and you can be a superstar, right? So Hank is going to be second, and then I got to pick my guy Bobby Lewis, not number 3. Just like an awesome guy to be around, like one of the best goalies to ever play the game, and yeah, I'm just like blessed to be able to call him my friend. So yeah, those are the 3. Long answer.
And Lou has to be like one of the funniest guys on the planet.
Oh, he's awesome. Like
his Twitter feed is just fire, man.
Such a character, and like I'm like so happy that he got his like Twitter account and everything, and like people actually get to see the real him, because his like first years, or like first like 5 or 6 years in Vancouver, like everyone just thought that he was this grumpy guy, right? And like, for him to be able to show like his true personality and everything, like, yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
Oh, it's great. So would you say then that the 94 game when you're 6 years old, is that like one of the first hockey memories for you?
Yeah. Like, normally you start playing hockey back in the day when I started. So the rule was you had to be 7 years old to like start playing, and I was just 6 at the time, so my dad had to like bag to like get me in, like, 1 year early, right? And yeah, like I I don't think that I've ever played hockey before that. It was just like skating school and playing like the street hockey in the back and everything.
Right.
But yeah, I never played hockey.
Pretty standard stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And my other little guy is James. He's 10, just turned 10 a little while back. Um,
nice.
he wants to know who had the hardest slap shot that you faced.
So that's gonna be 2 as well. One, Sami Salo, like his shot was just super hard, and I remember when I was still in the minors, he came down from the NHL because he's been hurt and just needed to get some conditioning back and everything. And he played 1 AHL game with us in his entire career. He scored two goals, but I honestly think that he could have scored like 4 or 5 because the goalies didn't have a shot. Like the goalies didn't even see the puck, right?
Well, it's like just positional. Hopefully it gets to you.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then the second one, I once got hit by Sheldon Surrey in my chest, and I thought that I was gonna pass out. Like that
Really?
was like a one-timer right in the slot, and I was just like, oh my god, this goalie thing is like maybe not the best idea.
Yeah. And Salo was playing on the Canucks when you were goaltending with them, right?
So he was there, and then so he was there when I was like the 3rd guy, but then when I got the call up for like real, then he wasn't there anymore.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you never got to fuck around with him at the just in practice and him taking big rips on you and shit.
Oh yeah, I've done that a few times with him. Yeah.
And how old were you when you realized like, hey, maybe I can go all the way?
I don't know, like I think that I always had that belief in myself that I could. Like now looking back at it, I don't think that I really had a chance, like, and like really understood it until maybe when I signed that first contract with like Vancouver, right? Like
Yeah.
I thought that it was always a dream, but like for that to like come like true and actually put like pen on paper, right? Like that was super cool.
And playing in Vancouver had to be the best though, right? Out of you played what, it was a
Oh,
six
100%.
seasons, Vancouver. I mean, what is it about Vancouver fans? We love you so much, like just endured to the point, like, and only really truly you played 2 seasons for the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah, I know. No, like it kind of started in like the minors already, and like when we came to Abbotsford and playing everything, and the Eddie chants were going on in the stands and everything.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know why exactly, but I do think like part of it is like just that the fans felt like I was one of them, right? And I was just like a normal guy, and like whatever.
Almost like the underdog aspect kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And like the way that I like showed my life on social media and everything like that, like I think that it was just easy to relate to me as like one of the fans that just happened to make it to like the biggest stage, right?
Yeah, almost like when David Aries
Yeah, exactly.
jumped in and suddenly here's this guy like, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a cool story. And the Canucks were the were they the only team that you went to the to the postseason with?
Yeah.
And what do
I
you
was
take away? What do you
thrilled.
still remember from playing in post? Because of course that's special for you guys, right?
Yeah, I like wish that I got another crack at it. Like I think that being like the first time, and I was just like super 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 excited, right? And I almost think that I was too excited and like too ramped up, right? But
Right.
just like remember the win that we got at home there, and my dad was in the stands and everything. Like, yeah, it was great. Like, I, I, I just wish that it lasted a little longer.
No doubt. And talk to us about of course, the infamous Heritage Classic with you starting over Roberto Luongo, getting booed by the crowd a little bit there. What do you remember about that game and kind of just everything around it? Because what a cool game to play in.
Yeah, no, I remember that they looed. They didn't booed.
Well, they didn't boo, but they looed. Exactly.
That's what I always try to tell myself. I don't know which one it is for sure, but no, I never expected to start that game. Like the whole week leading up to it and everything. Like Lou just came back from winning gold with Canada at the Olympics, right? And when he left for the Olympics, we were on like a 7-game losing streak or something, right? And like then when he came back, was kind of jet lagged and everything. I was scheduled to start the first game back, and the first game back, I had a shutout, and Torts told me that I was going to play the next game too, and I was like, all right, well then I'm going to play this game and then sit on the bench for the Heritage Classic and everything. And then I think we lost that second game like 2-1 in a shootout, but I saved like six or seven, 8 shootouts in a row, I think. And Torts just felt that I was feeling it. Looking back at it, I probably would have played Lou no matter what, right? But yeah, I mean, it was a super fun experience for me, and like playing in front of that many people, it was just like so cool. And that the NHL are doing stuff like that to kind of just like break up the season and like do something different and everything. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like such an experience for everyone, I think.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it has to be like one of your career highlights. And
Yeah,
we'll get into more career highlights in
so
a
much
little
fun.
bit.
Yeah.
With a short season, we're just about to start it up now. I know it's super early to call, but who are you calling to take the cup?
I don't know. Like it's so hard to like know if there's gonna be maybe some fans at the end or no fans, or
It's
so I
weird.
saw that Florida Panthers are going to allow 5,000 people from like the start now, I guess. So it's
Oh,
just that, yeah, it's like a lot different from the US, from Canada, I think. But yeah, I think if I had to pick one to win, those are my dogs. Sorry.
awesome.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that the Toronto Maple Leafs are gonna win the cup this year.
What?
Yeah, I think that
The addition of Joe Thornton just it's
they
tipping them right over
yeah
the edge.
but they have such a good team, and
I hate to say it.
this, like, with no fans and everything, might actually be beneficial for them too. So, with like all of the pressure that comes with playing in Toronto and everything, I honestly think that this might just be a year where they hopefully can like relax a little bit more and like just like focus on what they have to do, right? And yeah, I'm gonna pick the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Interesting. All right.
And then Austin Matthews is bringing the cup back to Arizona, and hopefully I can finally drink from it.
Yes, exactly. Right. Nice. As you might imagine, Eddie, when I mentioned you're going to be a guest here, I got a few questions from social media people and stuff. I think this is more of a troll question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Shug wants to know, who is your favorite goalie to back up and why? Got to be Luongo.
Luongo, 100%. Close second is Keith Kincaid. Like, he was so fun to back up in like Jersey, and he had so many things going for him, like eating like cheesy pretzels and like the intermissions and everything, and like we were really, really good friends too. So he was like super fun to be around as well.
Right on. Mark wants to know, what's the most frivolous thing you bought with NHL money?
What's frivolous? Is that
like
expensive?
Expensive and you don't really need it?
I don't know if I bought that many like super expensive stuff. Like, I would have to say, just looking back at it, a lot of like the bar tabs and stuff that we had over the years.
What was the most expensive bar tab you've had?
My rookie party was like, for sure, and I'm never gonna break that, but the rookie party was like 40-50 grand, I think. That was like awesome. That was like 100% the most expensive one. Yeah.
Carrie wants to know, and I want to know actually too, how's the golf game?
The golf game is like so right now. So my wife is ready to give birth to our first any day now. So wow. I've pretty much mostly stayed at home, and I haven't played hockey or golf or anything the last month and a half here. But before that, it was great. I'm about a 5 handicap right now. So wow. My golf game has gotten a lot better since I moved to Arizona. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you get a chance to do it a lot, right?
Yeah.
Sarah wants to know, dogs or cats?
Dogs. I have 2.
Joel asks, ask him about being a black ace, having drinks with Tanev, and then being called to go to a game.
Yeah, so
that's great.
So I have told this story before, but me, Tanev, and I think Jordan Schrader were black aces when Vancouver played San Jose in the conference final to 2010-11, right? And the team was on the road. So when the team is on the road, the black ace gets like a little bit of a time off, and we can have some like fun and everything, right? So we were sitting at Cactus Club, I think, and we were just watching the game. It was an afternoon game, and we were having some drink, like ripping some shots, and then the game started, and like one D-man goes like down hurt, and I'm like, all right, fine. And I just like peek over at Chris, and he's like not worried at all. He's like, oh, it's gonna have to be like a few more before I'm gonna get called on, right? So, and then like the second one goes like down, and like Chris is kind of just like sitting there sipping on his beer at this point, right? And then like the third guy goes down with an injury, right? And like he just like start pounding waters and like, all right, I'm probably gonna have to go now. So he gets like a phone call 5 minutes later, and then like 30 minutes later he was on his way to like the airport to fly to San Jose and play a game 2 days
Oh
later.
my God. That
Yeah.
is awesome. A little bit lit up. Might be a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Devin wants to know who had the most difficult and deceptive shot that you faced?
For an opponent, I have to say Ovi, like the greatest goal scorer of our time, right? Like
Totally.
So I remember the first time that we were playing Ovi, and we had like a 30-40 minute PK meeting about like how we're gonna stop him on their power play, right? And the plan was to put a guy on him the entire time, and we were gonna play 4-on-3 in the rest in the zone and like just not give him the puck, right?
Right.
So like the entire meeting was about that, and he scored 2 goals both on the power play in the first period from like his exact spot, and I was like, yeah, this didn't really go as planned.
Oh my God. He some people think that he might be able to catch Gretzky's scoring, or at least the goals, obviously. Not the overall, but that can't happen though, right? Like he's still 100 and something away, isn't he?
Yeah, but COVID really put like that kind of derailed those plans, I think, a little bit, because now it's just going to be like a 40-game season.
Short season, and yeah,
he's like probably going to get 20 goals, right? So, but yeah, he's gonna really have to keep his like pace up for another 3 or 4 years to have a shot, right?
Right, at least.
Yeah.
Rob wants to know what's it like being, what's it been like transitioning into being a realtor, and who has the best tacos in Vancouver?
So best tacos in Vancouver. So I have to say Gringo down in Gastown, because that's where I had my taco being served when I play there. And I remember the price for the taco was my goals against average at the
Nice.
time. So it changed every time, but yeah, the realtor part has been great. Like I thought that it was gonna be like super hard to like dive into something completely new, but it's been going well above my expectations and everything, and yeah.
Right. Well, with real estate, I mean, it's very important to be known.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You're freaking Eddie Lack, man.
Yeah.
So much downtime with the pandemic and everything. What have you guys been binge watching at your place?
So real estate has been like crazy since like this whole thing like started. So I haven't had that much downtown time, but if I was to recommend one show that I recently watched, it's Succession on HBO. I really get into that one, and it's like 2 seasons out right now, I think.
What's that about?
So it's about the third largest media company in the US, and the family that runs it, because it's family owned and everything. So it is basically about the dad, who's probably like 60 or 70 years old, and his kids, who are two boys and one girl, who's in their 30s or 40s, and they're trying to just like come in and take over from like the dad and everything. And these kids are just like yeah, they have a little bit of just like mental growth and stuff to work on. And the dad has basically just like manipulated them their entire life. So yeah, like, yeah, the dialogues and everything is like awesome, and so much fun to like see how this dysfunctional family still like makes things happen.
Nice. Succession.
Yeah. Succession. Yeah.
Okay. Mark wants to know, do you believe aliens have visited Earth?
I kind of go back and forth on this. As of today, I probably have to say yes.
I think so too. I mean, when the
Yeah.
government's announcing that there's actual UFOs, there's been sightings, they post the videos.
Yeah.
It's kind of gone under the radar, so to speak, but like how could it not happen?
How could the pyramids being built the way that they are, freaking hundreds of
Yeah, and like all like those
years
certain
ago?
degrees to each of them,
Oh
and it
my
all lines
God,
up on the world
no.
with other monumental.
This is for sure some like outer alien stuff. Like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Hey, what was the music like in your house, in the Lack house, as a kid growing up? What are your parents playing?
Ooh. My dad was a really big Elvis Presley fan.
Okay.
So yeah, it was mostly Elvis in my house.
And what was your first concert that you went to?
My first concert was Kiss.
Nice.
So when I was young, me and three friends, we had like a miming like band, right? So we
Okay.
didn't sing, but we were miming, and we like dressed up with like the face paint, and we had like custom like wooden guitars made for ourselves and everything. And like, yeah, we were like the coolest ones on the block, we thought. And then we like um, went to talent shows and everything like that, and try to like win it and everything. Yeah, it was it was funny.
Something about Kiss, man. Like that band gets brought up almost a third of the time. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's like sports guys like you or straight up
Yep.
musicians or like, Kim
Yeah.
Coates from Sons of Anarchy. It's like everybody loves Kiss, man.
Yeah. I
Something
love
about
him.
that
I
band.
love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you fan of all the superhero movies that are made, like Avengers and Iron Man and
Oh
X-Men
yeah.
and
Oh
Wonder
yeah.
Woman and all that?
Yeah.
If you could have a power, which power would you want to have?
I would want to fly.
Bullet speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like flying would be so cool. And I'm not sure if you're gonna ask that, but if I would pick one superhero, like my favorite superhero is for sure Batman. Like,
Yeah. I'm just reading my kids got me the Hush graphic
yeah,
novel. Dude, if you haven't read Hush, it's amazing.
really.
Like so
All
many
right.
villains,
Okay.
and I don't want to give it away, but there's Catwoman, and like
Oh
it's
wow,
dude,
cool.
it's awesome, man. It's
Yeah.
such a great read. Jim Lee is the artist.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the guy that wrote it. It's awesome. If you love Batman, and you do,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love Batman too. I would have to say my favorite's probably Nightcrawler or
Yeah.
like maybe Wolverine,
Yeah.
but I do
Yeah.
love Batman too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you collect as a kid?
No, just like hockey and hockey cards, I guess.
Yeah. Do you still have any
Yeah.
hockey cards or?
They're all at my dad's house, I think, and yeah.
Yeah. Eddie, man, I want to thank you first for taking the time. I told you I was going to be like 10 or 15 minutes. We're already a half hour, so I want to respect the time. I'll ask you a couple more and we'll wrap it up here, okay?
It's only because I stutter. It takes a little longer time with me sometimes.
Yeah, come on, no, don't be hard on yourself. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Like not where you're like floating over your body and shit, more like holy crap, look, I could have died just now.
I have one thing that I remember from when I was younger, and I was biking, and we had this like blocked intersection, kind of where like you couldn't see behind the wall what was coming, right? And I was biking in like full speed right across in the intersection, and this like car just slammed the brakes on me. And that's like one thing that I remember, like how freaking stupid that I could have been, right?
That's 2 seconds away from just smoked.
That's like my closest, like, what the hell are you doing? You could have died, right?
Yeah. And how old were you then?
Probably like 11 or 12 years old or something. And yeah,
so you knew better.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
I knew better.
you
Yeah.
knew better. Yeah. All right, we'll wrap it up with the career highlights. We're mentioning,
Yeah.
The Heritage Classic has to be one of your highlights. But can you pick just one moment in your career?
Yeah. Well, yeah. The World Championship gold was
Of course, 2017. Yeah,
the highlight. Close second is the game against LA when we clinched the playoffs at home, and we won like 2-1 in a shootout. That was super cool and fun experience.
Yeah. Nice. Dude, thank you for taking some time. Is it a boy or a girl? Do you guys know?
Girl. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congrats with that. You're easy to find online. You're just at Eddie Lack on Twitter.
Yeah.
You're Eddie Lack 31 on Instagram.
Yeah.
Is there a website you want to plug?
So my new website, we actually just launched it, is eddiejlack.com. So
Okay.
It's very easy. So
yeah. Awesome. Okay, man. Well, I guess we'll see you online. Thanks again for doing this.